odds.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Big day yesterday sweeping all of our plays, but today is a new day and we are looking to set you up again with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 250 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Thursday slate of games. We do have a very short slate with just one game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. So we will be giving a couple of plays out to you guys. So again, take a moment and hit that like button. Again, if this video gets above 250 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video. For our first pick, we'll be headed over to the PRA tab, and this time we'll be selecting Nikola Jokic for less than 51.5 PRA. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this is a line Nikola Jokic has failed to exceed in 7 of his last 10 games. Now in his last outing, he did go well above this line, but he did have a bit of an outlier performance, especially in comparison to the rest of the playoff games he did face off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And despite this big outpour of stats from Nikola Jokic, they still did result in a loss for the Denver Nuggets. And we are expecting the Oklahoma City Thunder to really key in on him defensively this game and limit him from another blow-up performance. Now taking a quick look here at his last 20 games, we see that this line Nikola Jokic has actually failed to exceed in 60% of his last 20 games, in 50% of the games he's played this season, including in 8 of the last 12 matchups he's had versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets will be facing off against the Oklahoma City Thunder defense that this season has been pretty average overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' PRAs, not giving up very many points or assists, but giving up a fair share amount of rebounds. However, when it comes to defending against the opponent's center position, the Oklahoma City Thunder are one of the best teams in the NBA at defending their PRA, not giving up very many points, rebounds, or assists to the position. And again, coming into this game off of Nikola Jokic's incredible performance in Game 5, we are expecting the Oklahoma City Thunder to really key in on him defensively and limit him from another big performance. And taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Nikola Jokic is getting a solid dose of minutes per game. Over his last 10 games, they're 40 minutes per game. However, this amount of minutes aren't really translating to his increase in his overall PRA total, again falling below this line in the majority of the playoff games he's had this season, as well as in the majority of the matchups he's had versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. So overall, coming into this game, we aren't expecting Nikola Jokic to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Nikola Jokic for less than 51.5 PRA. Now this is a line that has been getting bumped all day, and if you guys have been on PrizePicks for a while now, or many other DFS apps, you know that this is a huge problem. The lines are constantly getting bumped, and that is why our team really wants to introduce you guys to Epic Fantasy. They have an incredible app where you can make picks on players' lines throughout the day. However, with one big difference than many of the other DFS apps, they don't bump their lines. So the lines that you see in the beginning of the day will be exactly the same at the end of the day. And one of the other features that we really love about Epic Fantasy is your ability to still win slips despite missing picks, because on Epic you aren't facing off against the house, you are facing off against other users. So in order to win, all you have to do is get more picks right than your opponent, whether playing one-on-one or in a tournament setting. And best of all, on Epic you will have incredibly high payout boost, much higher than many of these DFS apps. And to top it off, Epic will give you a nice little deposit match when you use code BLITZ. These guys are available on the Apple Store as well as Google Play, so make sure you guys go check them out, and we know that you will love Epic Fantasy as much as we do. Now for our next play, we'll be headed over to the Rebounds plus Assists tab, and this time we'll be selecting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for less than 13 rebounds plus assist. Now, taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, has actually failed to exceed in 6 of his last 10 games, including 2 ties. Additionally, this line, SGA, has failed to exceed in 65% of his last 20 games, in 65% of the games he's played this season, including the playoffs and regular season, as well as in 7 of his last 13 matchups versus the Denver Nuggets. Now, SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder will be facing off against a Denver Nuggets defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' rebounds plus assists, not giving up very many rebounds overall to their opponents, but giving up a fair share amount of assists. And when it comes to defending against the opponent's shooting guard position, they are again pretty much the same, not giving up too many rebounds, but a fair share amount of assists. Here's the Nuggets' defensive numbers against opponent point guards for those of you who want to see that as well. But overall, coming into this game, with it being a long series, it now entering into Game 6, we aren't expecting SGA and really much everyone else on the court to come out very aggressive. We do feel this might be a lower scoring game with a lot much less activity statistically, and that ultimately SGA will come below this line. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that SGA is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games. They're 37 minutes per game. However, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in his overall rebounds plus assists, again, falling below this line in the majority of the games he's played, and on his career not being too much of a big rebounder or playmaker for his position. This season, right around 11 rebounds plus assists. But again, with this being a long series, we aren't expecting SGA, or anyone else on the court for that matter, to really come out too aggressive and fill up the stat sheet. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking SGA for less than 13 rebounds plus assist. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 250 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video. So take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks in this video weren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. And for those of you guys who are looking to take your sports betting to the next level, we wanted to share with you guys Rotowire's incredible platform where you will have access to an abundance of features, not just on regular picks and props, but also for sports betting, DFS apps, and fantasy sports if you guys are into that as well. But one of the best features that we would like to share with you today is Rotowire's projection tool, where you have the ability to filter out for whatever platform that you're on. So let's say you're on PrizePicks, Underdog, and Sleeper. You could filter out for all those picks, and from there, you could even filter out for more by searching individual players that you want to see their lines for. For example, Jamal Murray here on PrizePicks. We have the ability to see the way he's being projected on DFS apps, regular sports books, and Rotowire also gives their own individual projection for what they feel a player will hit on a specific line. And we love how Rotowire organizes their plays in between two plays that are leaning more and plays that are leaning less, and again, it will give you these individual projections for each of them. And this is just one of the many features that are available to you on Rotowire. They also have an incredible news outlet for you guys. Again, those of you guys are into fantasy sports will really value that, and even regular sports betting as well. And right now, Rotowire will give you a nice little 25% discount when you sign up using code BLITZ, so click our link in the description below and make sure you guys go check them out. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.